years ago, #1 LSU met #2 Alabama in what was billed as the game of the century.
Those of us who love this sport live for nights like this.
It was an indelible display of smash mouth football.
It is a physical football game here.
Puts it up.
Intercepted.
Oh, no. Eric Reed. LSU remains undefeated.
That is cool.
The Tigers prevailed, barely. That was then, and this is now. A world in which both teams have joined the revolution where offense reigns.
Go, go, go. Tua Tagovailoa.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
Devontae Smith.
Justin Jefferson.
Jerry Jeudy.
The script has changed, but the stakes remain the same.
This is a game that everyone looks forward to.
I've been waiting for this game since the summer.
This is one of the greatest stages of college football that there is.
Man, this game is going to be something.
Touchdown!
Undefeated LSU.
Tigers!
What a play. Touchdown, Alabama.
Undefeated Alabama. In the game of the year. And with that, the Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us to a packed house, Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, and the matchup of unbeaten second-ranked LSU against #3 Alabama. Not only just a game for supremacy of the SEC West, but so much more at stake. The inside track to Atlanta, the inside track to the college football playoff. As you look at the college football playoff rankings coming into the day, Ohio State en route to a lopsided win, but there's going to be a shakeup. The Golden Gophers of Minnesota have picked off Penn State, so you see LSU and Alabama there in the 2 and 3 spot. Welcome, everybody. I'm Brad Nussler. My partner, as always, is Gary Danielson. Last year, a lot of people don't remember this, G, but it was #1 against #3. So we had the same kind of situation. This year, though, kind of a different feel, I think. And what's the difference?
You know the difference, right?
Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow, yes. And not just him, but the offense that he gets to use for this football team. Joe has come in here, changed the program. Ed Orgeron has changed the program. All those LSU players that have played in this losing streak goes, this is the offense they wish they had. They can score. It's not one scorer, and we're out of it. They can stay in it. But Joe Burrow is the difference. His precision, his leadership, that gives this team, not just on offense, but on defense, hope. And it's a game where you just don't have hold the other team to 7 points.
Right. Well, that's kind of the story of the season.
Right.
The story of the last couple of weeks is the other quarterback for Alabama.
It is, and the story doesn't change. We all knew that Tua going into this game was not going to be 100%. First time I've ever seen Tua come out not in full uniform. He tested it one more time just to go through, make sure the tape job is right. Comes out in warm-ups. He looks about the way you would think he'd look after surgery, 21 days ago. Now, the trick is, if he stays within the pitcher's mound, stays within rhythm, he'll be okay. But you got to figure LSU will have something to say about that.
It's not the only ankle we're going to be watching today, because LSU, maybe their best defensive player is an issue.
Maybe the third best player on the field. And if you're going to lose a player, an ankle sprain for a defensive player, especially in the backfield, may be a bigger story than Tua's ankle. I got to look for Grant Delpit where he lines up. Will he line up close to the line of scrimmage and stay out of man-to-man coverage? Might be the story of the game in this game. Where does Delpit, how much he does?
Well, we got a lot of stars on both sides of the ball. You got a wild card for me or anything?
Well, in 2011, I think 50 guys from this game played in the NFL. That's a lot of wild cards. I think this one is just the same.
Well, I don't think we're going to have 9-6.
Full deck, and it won't be 9-6. You're right.
All right. Well, if we're not already ready, Jason Aldean will get us ready to crank it up before we kick it off in Tuscaloosa. For the touchdown, LSU with another score. Jalen Waddle weaving his way.
Did you see that acceleration?
This is the Home Depot SEC on CBS. The best game from the best conference.
The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Progressive, New Orleans Tourism, Nissan, and by Papa John's.